Hey everybody, this is Aeroica. Thanks so much for stopping by for another video. So today we have the release of the 50th Hero and Dungeon Boss, and early this morning, probably around 1 or 2 in the morning Eastern Time, this guy was advertised in the PvP League system, and then later this morning he became available in the Summon, and I just unlocked him about 30 minutes ago. This particular video is not going to have some of the bells and whistles that I typically do in a character analysis, simply because of time purposes. I wanted to get this information out to you guys as quickly as possible, but at least it'll give you some idea about whether or not this guy is going to be good for you, and walk through some of the basics on him. So IcePick is going to be a magical demon caster. Currently, he is only available in these two particular dungeons, which appear to be at least event dungeons, and I do not know where he will be after that. If he will be specifically from the portal, which it seems like they're leaning more towards that as time goes on. You find it seems like less and less heroes are available in dungeons, and more of them are becoming only available in the portal. So be ready for that. And if this is something you decide this guy is something you want, take advantage of the dungeons that are currently available and try to score as many tokens out of it as you possibly can. But if I had to put some opinion on this, I would say that he's probably going to be in the portal, but who knows at this point. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. Before we do the traits, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the statistics, numerical statistics. Oh my God, tongue-tied. And in any case, you can pause this video, and take a look at it for yourself and see if there's anything interesting on there for you. I will say, off the bat, for a 3-star, not really a bad health pool. That's pretty good for a caster, I think. Not awful. Defense is obviously low, but for a health pool, not really too bad. So IcePick is going to be a water hero, which means he will have the advantage over fire units, but be disadvantaged against nature units. His first trait is going to be Spontaneous Cover, which will provide an Aegis Shield. This is very similar to Augustus' Aegis Shield, probably identical actually. In this case, though, it will be generated when he's damaged. So that is really interesting. Every time he is hit, he will have a chance to protect himself, or actually will be protected. So I think that's really cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing this in action. His next trait is Tortured Soul. This crit damage increases as his health decreases below 50%. So this is sort of a twist on Tsumi's trait, where he does more damage as attack power goes up, the more he's damaged. In this case, once we get below 50%, this guy will get an increased crit damage ability. So that's nice as well. For his next trait is Tit for Tat. Any crit on this hero will cause him to crit on his next action. So again, somebody hits him, it's a crit. His next attack is going to crit no matter what, and that's actually cool. His next one is Insulated Woolies, which cannot be frozen, chilled, or frostbitten. And the last one is Magical. He will take less damage from non-physical attacks, typical for casters. On the abilities section, I was only able to ascend this guy one time, so we obviously have our basic attack. He does a Hailstorm attack, which is a ranged cold attack on all enemies for 1239 base damage with a chance to frostbite, and these, of course, are at level 60. And his next attack is to Deal with the Devil, borrow 55% health from any ally to heal himself up, and the ally will be healed for the exact amount stolen in one turn. So if you have a tank with a large health pool, and you want to, he's not really too hurt at this point, or can sustain an extra hit, you could take that guy's health from him, give it to IcePick, and then the other character will be healed up in the next turn. So you could sort of like a life steal at this point. So pretty interesting form of healing. I always like it when heroes are able to do a little bit extra, but this one's going to kind of be a little bit risky, depending on how things go in the game, in your battle rather. When we look at the Ascension, his next Ascension will provide an ability called Blood in the Water. 2 flesh-tearing attacks on an enemy for 336 base damage. Does additional damage to targets with less than 25% health. So this would be almost like a finishing move, right? So if this guy is pretty low, and that 336 is obviously at level 1, that's going to go up as you level him. So this could be one of those, let's get rid of this guy quickly, less than 25%, and maybe this attack would take him out. If you look at the Ascension abilities, the Ascension requirements here, a little, I wouldn't say awful, but not them. It's a little bit bad. These 9 these 9 ruined Evos, and then of course the 2 shadowed Evos. Those a little bit heavy, I think, but you're starting to see this more and more where these second ascensions are becoming more expensive. So get ready for that. I just simply don't have any of it. In fact, I'm still even missing these dark Evos on top of it. So it's going to be a minute before I end up picking those up. Anyway, like I said, this is just a short video just to give you some information about this guy, show you what he looks like, show you what his stats look like, and if you decide that you want him and unlock him, at least you'll have an idea about what it is that you're getting. Once again, I apologize for not having the bells and whistles in the video. I typically like to do cutscenes for the attacks and show you what they look like. For time purposes, I simply don't have it, but I am going to come back and redo that video once I get him, fully ascended so we can look at everything in a little more detail. Until then, I hope this suffices for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you at the next video.